You shouldn't have done that.
Welcome to our kitchen, where we are going to be making French rice. Joined by George Buford, our cinematographer, and director, Frederick. French rice, which is sometimes called rice pilaf, is actually quite simple, even though it is French. Rice is not uncommon in France, but it is really common in Lyon. It's a strange but wonderful fundamental of the cuisine, and it goes really well, miraculously well, with chicken. The ingredients, we have rice, obviously, we have onions or shallots, butter, half a stick, chicken stock, and a bit of salt. But most important, we have parchment paper and a pair of scissors. This is the heart of the preparation. First, turn on the oven. We set it to 350. Next, we simmer 3 cups of chicken stock. Really quite easy to get now, but you can also make it yourself. This I made myself. It's got a nice gelatin texture. We're gonna cut up our onions fine and then saute them, more like soften them in fat, butter, or olive oil, but you do want a fat element. I'm adding about 1/4 of a stick of butter. Saute them, it's just really takes out some of the bite of the onion. 1.5 cups of rice. And we're stirring to make sure the rice is coated with the onions and the fat. It's sometimes referred to as soubise, a sauce of butter, onion, and chicken stock. And when it's all coated, what one could consider optional, but I regard as essential, which is a small glass of white wine. Extra aromatic, extra flavor dimension stuff. This is rice not cooked in water. This is rice cooked in flavorings. And every element is absorbed by the rice in a way not dissimilar to a risotto. Starting to stick just a little bit. See how it's starting to stick there at the bottom? That's when we want to add the broth. Our chicken broth is boiling, and now we add it to our rice. We'll stir as we put it in. Bring it to a boil. I'll add my salt. Most people like 1 pinch of salt. I think I like 2.
It's feeling salty.
And then I reduce the heat to the lowest possible, tolerable, barely burning heat I can for 5 minutes. During that time, we prepare our parchment paper, a little bit like arts and crafts. But first we take our parchment paper and we'll make a square. That's a very messy square.
I know how to do this.
You do?
Yeah. To make it a circle, we fold it, and then we're gonna fold it a couple times to make a sort of triangular form.
5 minutes, 5 minutes.
No, who's the I'm directing. We're gonna take some scissors. I'm gonna go to the middle, right here. We should have a circle.
So, you might want to do it a little bigger.
Yeah, let's do that again. So, I mean, a much bigger circle.
That'll work. That'll work.
Perfect.
Instead of cooking the rice very slowly with the top on, we take the top off. The rice is still wet, it's not cooked, and in its place, we put a piece of paper. In a normal pot, all the liquid evaporates, puts a ceiling on the evaporation, and it keeps the rice extra moist, and the rice tends to puff up. It's got a different texture. I think it has more flavor. It's been about 12 minutes, 13 minutes, so I'm gonna check on my rice, see how it's cooking.
Really weird.
Beautiful smell. Ooh.
Wow.
A layer of onions on top. The flavors of chicken stock.
Stop. I'm mixing.
No, don't mix, you're flaking.
Oh.
The only thing we need now is even more butter.
Are we flaking now or are we stirring?
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, wow, that's good. That's lunch, gentlemen. Let it sit for a few more minutes.
Right here or in the oven?
Right here. Now it's been sitting for maybe 10 minutes. It's still steaming gently. It's kind of creamy, but still the kernels are intact of what the French call pilaf, or that we might just call
Rice.
rice. It's rice. It's rice.
It's rice.
It's good rice. It's actually really good rice. It's rice.